was he's a writer for SI, but he was a teenager in Boston. He said, it's been nearly 30 years since my father asked a question at a wedding. He doesn't really remember. From a guess he didn't really know. Does your son like basketball? His tablemate that day, a fellow police officer, my father recalls, had some connections in the Celtics organization. He asked if, a skinny teenager with Coke bottle glasses wanted to work as a ball boy. He could get me the gig. So in 95, the year the TD Garden, they called the Fleet Center, opened, I became a mop-pushing, rebound-collecting member of the Celtics staff. Pay was $25 a game, but the stories. So second year, I was rebounding before a game against Chicago on the Bulls on the floor. Michael Jordan was among the shooters. I wore a Duke t-shirt that day. I dreamed of being the next Bobby Hurley, which Jordan, as he walked past me, noticed, Duke sucks. That's what Jordan said to him. He goes, so Maddox goes to him, you suck, which he said instinctively. You suck. Bemused, Jordan motioned me over and proceeded to knock down a dozen turnaround jumpers over me. Someone snapped a photo which sits on my desk to this day. Can you imagine that? You're a teenager. Jordan goes, Duke sucks, and you just go back, you suck, to Michael Jordan. And I just was like, holy shit. And then they got a picture of him with Jordan taking shots over him. So that was the first story. He says, my first season guard, David Wellesley, asked me to grab a pair of sneakers out of his car. Rushing out of the locker room, I barreled straight into Larry Bird, who was just a few years into retirement. He asked where I was going. And so Maddox says to Bird, he goes, David Wellesley needs his sneakers. And Bird goes, tell David Wellesley to get his own fucking sneakers. When I told Wellesley what had happened, his eyes widened. Larry said that? And Maddox goes, I don't know who got Wellesley's sneakers that day, but it wasn't me. And then in 2001, he says, Chicago's Charles Oakley sent me on a McDonald's run with instructions to leave the bag on a specific seat on the bus. When I boarded, I walked past Jerry Krause, the Bulls GM. He was irritated, told me to take the food away. Walking back to the locker room, I saw Oakley. So he tells Oakley what happens. Oakley grabs the bag, opened up a folding chair a few feet from the bus with Krause watching from the window. He chowed down. Like, fuck you, Krause. I'm going to eat my goddamn food. But, and there's tons of stuff. I think he wrote a book about it, which now I feel like I must read because that to me is